Hello once again, folks. I've got a little bit more to say in the Christmas speech. Some things I forgot to say. Um, First of all, I'd like to say I worked out the theory of perpetual motion on the 24th of October this year. And there are indications, won't say what, that I'm correct. And there was a reaction on a radio station through the ideas from above that caused a lot of jollity and similar ideas just after I thought of the idea. It's a kind of scenario that I know I'm onto the right idea when that happens. I believed in it anyway, but again, it's nice to get the realism into it. So have proven that it is possible. So far, nobody has succeeded in finding it. Also, I like to say another thing I will be involved in centrally, and a lot of people around the world will get involved in time, especially in the music industry. That is echo and panning. Echo, not echo, but or just a continuous kind of, not a hum, but a sound associated with the notes and melody of a tune. It gives a 3D surround sound in your mind rather than just in an isolated part of your mind. And it really is excellent, and it's great for nostalgia as well. It takes you back, and it's really good. I bought an Echo box before I came into hospital, 2017 approximately, before I went into Springfield for a year, and for about £300 from America. I used to listen to Capital Radio, a DJ there, on Friday afternoons for a couple of hours. Had one DAB radio one side, one the other. And when I tuned them in, they were just a fraction different in the timing. And it created an echo effect. And that got me thinking, is there anything on the internet I can buy there's a proper echo producing machine? And I found several on there and I chose that one. It's so complicated. There was a manual with it, but it's very difficult, and it suggested going online for a proper manual or something, and it was so difficult. It was trial and error. Just do the knobs and see what happened was the best way, which often is the best way with some technology. But I got things sorted to get a good sound. Sometimes it went a bit over the top when I was trying to tune it in, and it went dodgy, which what spoilt the tunes, and I couldn't get it back into the state it was when it was okay. But I did some good tracks on there. I had them on I bought some 2 digital recorders as well, little digital recorders with a plug in, which is rare for technology, a plug inwards. It's nearly always sound out, like on your phones. You can't get a plug into a phone to get any recorded music onto your phone, can you? But I found one that had a plug in, so I could record it on those little discs, like SIM card discs. I'm not sure what they're called, and had a disc in each phone. And at times I used one phone as an output plug as well to go to the input of the other phone via the Echo box as well. I tried all sorts of things. It wasn't just simple echo that I did. There's certain things you can do which makes it that much better still than the basic echo. Also, there's the point of sound ear to ear. I did a different way, maybe to what's done nowadays, where they use a stereo. I imagine they use a stereo slider on the recording studio equipment. Where just 1 or 2 tracks have got panning in the ear-to-ear thing. Not many have got echo at all. There's quite a lot in 1979, especially the autumn, that have got recorded over and over and over, very close together timing that gives a 3D echo effect to a certain extent. But there's one tune, Dear Prudence by Susie and the Banshees. If you follow me on the internet, you'll know that. There's real echo and maybe panning as well to a certain extent, and it sounds great, and it's the future of music. It will revolutionise music, including the dodgy club scene and pubs closing. With the cost of living becoming that much better, people will socialise so much more, restaurants as well, cinema, theatre, hi-fi indoors. It's going to be everywhere, and it's massive, so I would look out for that as the next few years go on, to get into that early. Early birds get the worm. And DJs have the equipment to use it themselves on the radio and at festivals and concerts and discos and clubs. It's going to be great. Trying to think what the other thing was I was going to speak about. Mind's gone blank now. This is it. My mind goes blank so easily. Oh, I've lost it. Anyway, let's talk about the music. Oh, what was it? Oh yes, I know that I have covered both points. The other point was that have the invention for the perpetual motion. I've already made that point. So I had 2 points to make. Yes, that's it. They're the 2 points I wanted to make. I don't want to elaborate any more on both of those because I don't want to give any secrets away. I'll probably get a different echo box, maybe a simpler one. The one I had thousands of a second differences. You could turn the dial or click it on to any one of 1,000th of a second, about 20 to about 999 thousandths of a second for the echo. And I have seen one on there when I just looked briefly out of interest a few months ago, before I went back on the mission, probably about a year ago, that had thousands of a second as well, but it didn't look very complicated apart from that. That could be the first thing I do actually when I move on and work with other people. Could be getting some tracks out onto the internet and getting some interest in that and generating some viral kind of scenarios on the internet. I don't know how many people look at me on the internet because my figures, maybe everybody's figures are kept down to what they should be. I know that because I've got 101 looking at a tweet once. Other times I had 1 and 5 and 10 and 12 and 6 and 7. You know, all tiny numbers, and I had 101. So it proves the figures aren't right on there. So I don't know how viral I am. Maybe I'm fairly viral. Maybe it's a steady progress. I don't know. But I won't do it tonight because I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do, I might do some later, some dancing scenarios in here just to loosen up. I might go on the Afro beats again. Maybe not do the whole hour that I was intended to do yesterday, just do it for a while for some fitness. It's more or less mind energy than fitness, just loosen up and loosen your mind. Oh yes, I did read about, put this on the internet, about dance floor colour squares for people to go onto squares when they're dancing to exercise their mind, for cognitive exercise of their minds, especially when they get older and for mental illness and dementia. But I thought, could we do it with a Wii situation where you move your hands in a certain way and it's picked up? And that changes the music that you're listening to. So instead of taking notice of what is given to you, you give out what you want the music to be. And the beat will change according to what you're doing. And maybe if you can get the note level higher or lower, you can change the notes as well. And that could be an even more powerful tool for this cognitive mind exercise business. This could be a form of mental health treatment for the elderly, especially with mind memories, and generally people, and I think they'd find it really enjoyable to do. It wouldn't be much of a chore to do, because it'd be fascinating to do that. That's just an idea I have. I now come across as a complete dunce. So be it. We'll see who the dunces are in the end. I've got some brilliant ideas coming up for people, like perpetual motion, the echo. Echo's from the box anyway, but perpetual motion hasn't been done. That mental stuff hasn't been done. Some of my cures haven't been done if they work. So I advise you to keep your shut and leave me alone. Anyway, I don't want to leave on a negative note. Yet again, especially to those in Ukraine, keep your spirits up and keep going till the end. And everybody else and them in the world, happy Christmas greetings, greetings to other people. Happy times, everybody. Bye for now.